Hello everyone and welcome back to Life Redesigned. My name is Bob.
I'm Carrie.
And Carrie, today, you're not going to believe it, not only am I wearing another favorite shirt of yours, but we've come with another informational video. Things that we get asked all the time is that, what do we need to know before we go full time?
Okay.
Well, we're going to share that with you today. Welcome back to the channel. In 2022, Carrie and I sold everything that we owned and decided we were going to live a full-time RV life. And what that means is we've got nothing hiding in friends' houses, nothing in storage units. We don't have a place in New Jersey out by the turnpike where we just make videos in our kitchen all day. We live a full-time life with everything that we own hidden inside our 2023 22 MLE from Redesigned.
Ooh.
First take.
Yes.
So this video today is something that a lot of people say, hey, what do I need to know before I go full-time? What advice can you give? And well, Carrie and I sat down and we thought about this. We talked about this with other full-time RVers, and we came up with about 10 things that you actually need to know before you go full-time. And number one is, if you see somebody filming a video, probably don't talk to them because they're probably in the middle of something. Yeah. Number one is choose your RV first. Know your layout, know what's going to work for you, and do your research. Carrie and I looked at literally hundreds of RVs for probably about 2 years before we decided and found the perfect RV for us. The 2022 MLE for us is both small, compact, and it was able to fit everything that we needed, which was a dinette, a bed, and some kind of theater seating, a kitchen. You get the idea. But the layout for us made the most sense for our lifestyle. You can always give back, and once you have that, know what you need for a truck, or a tow vehicle, and work from that way. Nothing worse than going out and spending $75,000 to $100,000 on a truck and realizing that the motorhome that you want or the RV that you want isn't towable for that particular truck. And this happens far more
all the time
than you realize. Number two is, and this is really kind of ties and piggybacks on number one, is have an inspection. I don't care if you're buying a 1984 Pinto turned into a toy hauler, or if you're buying the grandest of designs in a big Tiffin motorhome. Have an inspection before you sign the paperwork. This is something that Carrie and I still kick ourselves in the ass for not doing, and we should have. Right off the lot, ours had a cracked skylight in the bathroom. That was disastrous. There's a toilet that has given us nothing but trouble, and it's just stuff, minor stuff that once you get past the warranty stuff that was available, which cost us about 3 weeks on the road. But all these other things we've just paid for out of pocket because it's just a lot easier to deal with warranty claims. But it's stuff that a simple inspection on the RV or better diligence on my part during the delivery process to ensure that. But sometimes we're so excited to get on with this part of the journey that we skip little things in the inspection, whatever the cost. A couple $100 could save you literally thousands of dollars down the road. So
most definitely.
Number three is something that we see quite often in talking to couples, and that is you need to be on the same page. Now, I'll be the first to admit, as a guy, Carrie likes to give me a little push every once in a while because I need it, or else I'm very easily stuck in the same mode all the time. But if you're not on the same page about RV life, it's not going to work for you. Carrie was a little more forceful when it came to selling a house, and I'm grateful that she did, because we made a ton of money in the process, and if we had waited 3 weeks, we wouldn't have made that amount of money. So that was something that was good, and this lifestyle has been absolutely incredible for us, and it's been the best for my health, my mental being, as somebody who's had issues with depression and anxiety and stuff like that. This seems to get better and better every day that we're on the road. But if we're not in it together, it's going to fall apart.
And it does quickly.
And I remember,
we see it.
You know, Chris Rock, I think, said it best in one of his comedy skits that I'm always quoting to you, is that you have to be the same to make it as a couple. And it's something Carrie and I have always believed in. And he said you can't go one partner going to church and the other person going to go hit the crack pipe because it doesn't work. Two crackheads, however, can stay together forever. something I heard years ago has always stuck with me, and it makes the perfect sense, especially in an RV lifestyle. And let's see, 4
Yeah.
is a basic understanding of systems. This is something I've practiced ourselves and I've preached to our children, is you should know a little bit about something or a little bit about everything. If you're going to live a full-time RV lifestyle, you need to know about a little bit about basic understanding of electronics. You need to know water and plumbing. You need to know how heating systems work. You need to know how to properly change a tire,
Yeah.
where all these things are, because if not, you're not only going to spend thousands of dollars having somebody else do this stuff for you, but you're also going to have downtime, and it's going to take away from that enjoyable experience. Carrie can relate to this firsthand, as she has seen me blow a fuse, both figuratively and literally, when we get somewhere and the power jack doesn't work on the old Winnebago.
Oh, yeah.
Or the toilet doesn't flush, or something along that lines. But having a basic understanding of how these systems work can save you both time as well as aggravation.
But both people, not just one.
Exactly. And that's number 5, speaking for both parties, is know your budget. Now, I am a very bad person to talk to about this, because I just spend until I decide I've spent too much. Having a budget and a plan as far as your finances are very important being on the road. Now, with us being, full disclosure, we're Thousand Trails members. We paid for that membership out of our own pocket to the tune of around $13,000. That has helped tremendously with our budget. If you want to go back and see what we spend on a monthly, there's a video, and I'll link that in the video description or in the info card above. It gives you basically a small understanding of what we spend monthly being on the road. Those costs, of course, are subjective to your particular situation, but it's a good idea. One thing I can't stand hearing is that RV lifestyle is cheaper than a conventional lifestyle.
It really is not.
It is not. And I will say there are exceptions, as there is with everything in life. If you are stationary and you live in an RV on your mom's property in the woods of Nebraska somewhere, yeah, it's probably a little bit cheaper. If you're traveling and enjoying this lifestyle, it's definitely not cheaper. You need to do your homework and need to do, well, your budgets.
Yep.
So right along with knowing your budget, Carrie, is number 6. Slow down. Everybody who jumps into this lifestyle is pretty much, if you've done your homework and you've gone through the process of selling the house, you want to get out there and you want to see, well, everything. And one of the things that can eat up your budget and can also eat up your experiences is by going too fast. And that's something we see a lot of YouTubers do, in particular, because they're always on to the next Instagram spot and the next quick place to make a video where everybody goes, the next Buc-ee's, the next Rock City, the next, whatever. Slow it down. Life is not about a YouTube video. Life is about enjoying the experiences. Carrie and I have seen a lot of small towns and a lot of things that we never would have seen before, had it not been for the fact that we took a back road somewhere, or we stayed 3 weeks in an RV resort as opposed to 2. Taking that time to take in all that an area has to offer not only makes it easier for planning the next year's adventures, but it also gives you a little bit more experience of what this country is. Because after all, that's what we do, is we hit the road full time to have all these experiences. And you can't see them if you fly and throw them like that.
No.
Or if you're broke, for that matter.
Yeah.
Which goes right into point 7, have a plan. Now, I am the one who didn't have a plan when we started. When Carrie and I sold the house, we hit South Carolina. We knew a rig that we wanted. We called dealers on the way down the day after we closed, and we kind of winged it.
It was all without sleep. It was we just beelined right to South Carolina.
We got to, we didn't even sleep. We headed straight down. We were going to do this.
Nope.
And looking back on it, we probably should have planned it just a little more. I'm very happy with the outcome. The end result was amazing. But a lot of the things that we encountered along the way, with a bad dealer, with bad warranties from the manufacturer, and just the constant, the first 3 months for us was a fight. It seemed like
struggle.
Everybody was out to get us on some level, and we were fighting with everybody. I have about 30 emails with the dealer that couldn't get the job done right on the Grand Design. I had to email everybody in the corporate offices of Grand Design just to get the skylight fixed, because we were pouring water in our brand new RV. Long story short, you know, having a plan could have alleviated that. And also going back to all the previous points about inspections, budgets, and stuff like that.
Yep.
Because it could, those 3 or 4 weeks that it took just to get the warranty stuff taken care of cost us a couple of $1,000s.
Yeah.
And RV sites and stuff like that. So just something to keep in mind is have a plan.
And a backup plan.
Number 8, yeah, is definitely have a backup plan. I'm talking about everything. I carry a backup Starlink cable because I know, and I've seen the reports of those things breaking on the ends. Having a backup plan for not only your routes or for weather, a financial emergency, a medical emergency, always having some sort of backup plan is a great idea. And Carrie and I, typically with our 1,000 Trails memberships, we can stay 3 weeks at a time at each park. We tend to stay 2. That way, if we need to adjust and stay longer somewhere, we have that flexibility if there's availability in the area that we are in.
If not, we have that 1 week option. If you just needed that 1 week, we can just scoot over somewhere else and then head out.
Yeah, and we've actually had to call 1,000 Trails a few times and adjust our plans because, well, things change. You know, we want to go see our kids. We want to go somewhere else. There's a tornado, you know, season somewhere. There's snow, whatever. You get the point.
Right.
Have a backup plan. And that comes with, wow, these are all right in tied together.
Yeah.
Number 9 is manage your expectations. If you watch the plethora of YouTube videos out there, and again, I can't stress this enough, and even our lifestyle included, it's not your lifestyle. What we experience on the road may be totally different for you as it is with everybody else, especially in the world of YouTube, because, well, you know, you're only seeing snippets of things. And this is going to tie into point 10, as these kind of just, you know, go across. Every place that you go is not going to be a top-end, high-level resort.
No.
Right? And we know that. Not every place is going to be a total shithole.
No.
In fact, if we've trusted the reviews and videos that we've watched on quite a few RV parks and campgrounds and state parks, well, we would have missed out on some of the most beautiful parts of this country that we've ever seen. And just, you know, experiencing little things here and there along the way. The bottom line is point number 10 being have your own journey. And let me tell you something, if you're watching YouTube, you're like us, look, I think YouTube is great. YouTube has given us the opportunity to share things not only with you, but along with our kids, so they get to see that mom and dad aren't just mom and dad. That we like to travel, we like to have experiences, we like to have fun, we like to wear cool shirts. Yeah, and sometimes we like to dance at the end of our site just because, with no music. Those are things that we enjoy doing, but again, there are experiences. Yours may be totally different. And that is why we say live your own journey.
They're nice for ideas.
Absolutely.
But it's not for you to mirror.
Well, we hope you enjoyed this little video and this lighthearted look at RV life. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel. Give us a thumbs up. You can also support our channel by joining or simply shopping our Amazon storefront. A lot of you have asked about all these things that we use on the road, but in our Amazon storefront, everything is right laid out, things that we actually bought ourselves, and they're unsponsored. And it doesn't cost you anything. Just click the link first, and we get a small commission. Until next time, I am Bob.
I'm Carrie.
And this has been Life Redesigned.